My name's Markus and we're in Falmouth. Yeah, I've loved living in Falmouth. I've been living up in the valley for the last 9 years and love it up there. Yeah, so moving to Falmouth was very much kind of a lifestyle choice. I've got a little farm up in the valley and it's great. I love that lifestyle, but it's also busy, always something to do. And so these little creative projects that I've been wanting to do for years kind of always stayed behind. Yeah, so it's sea change, but also just at the moment in my life, I find just being in the ocean as much as I can is like really important for me. I make timber veneer surfboards just out of different recycled timbers that I find, and just mainly sort of speciality timbers out of Tassie. I've sort of been in the timber game probably my whole life. My parents are from Austria, so I went over there when I was younger. Ended up doing an apprenticeship in sort of fine woodcraft over there. I sort of came down here with the idea to kind of give myself a lot more space to do, sort of pursue these sort of passion projects, making these boards being one of them. And obviously just having the water right there, I can jump in the ocean every day pretty much. Yeah, so I always loved working with timber, and then just kind of just started for myself really, like loved surfing. Made a surfboard for myself initially, just that was the idea, and just really loved the process and just kept getting into it more and more. Well, timber surfboards for starters, I think they're just beautiful. Like it's a piece of art, it's functional, they last, they're strong. I really like the feel of surfing them. Yeah, so I make my own blanks just out of recycled foam. Like, yeah, I'll find foam at the tip shops or left over from building sites for insulation foam. So it's all kind of scrap foam that would be going to landfill or being melted down to make new foam as well. Yeah, so I make the blank, and then I pretty much shape that like a standard surfboard would be shaped as the starting point. Where a normal surfboard would then go to glassing, that's where my process sort of starts. I do it a little bit thinner, then to allow for the timber, and then pretty much just wrap that board in timber and cork, and yeah, all the structure, all the strength is then in the layer around the outside. Parabolic stringers in most of them, they sort of, like there's a full timber frame wrapped around the foam, and then the cork goes on the outside. Some of them, depending on the foam that I get, insulation foam is often quite thin, so I'll put a stringer in just to shape the blank to get a bit of rocker into it. But the stringer itself is not really structural at all. It's just to keep the blank in the shape. From an environmental point of view, it's a product that's going to last. Like I find the industry at the moment, like a lot of the boards, they're just made to last for a season or two. Yeah, just made super light, and it is the kind of surfboard a lot of people want to surf at the moment. They're really light boards, but for me personally, it's just like making something that's going to last for my lifetime. That's what makes it sustainable. I still use some products, you know, that are toxic to the environment and all that, but the idea is I'm using it because at this stage it's still what's going to make the best product, but it's not a throwaway product. It's a product that's going to be around for the rest of your life pretty much. Yeah, I guess for me, it makes sense on a lot of levels. Yeah.